Hello and welcome back everyone, this is SC back at you with another Fortnite tutorial video. In today's video we will be covering the final amplifier that you guys have all been waiting for. This is also known as the lava amplifier. Now before we go ahead and head into this kind of a beast of a build, let's go ahead and let you guys know right now that this build is definitely not necessary. Highlight, case in point, it is not necessary. Okay, it is highly complex, very convoluted, and this is basically only built for my personal enjoyment as well as challenge. Okay, so I will highlight to you guys how to build the more simplified version. The funnels itself, very good for you guys to use, but in terms of this huge sequence of all of these floor launches over here, you guys can definitely do away without those. Okay, so don't worry too much about that. I'm gonna go ahead and highlight to you guys how the funnels work, where the lava shields go, what to look out for, and that's basically gonna be it. Alright, so first and foremost, quick overview mode. Alright, I would like to point out that we do have to have a little wall off right there. There's going to be a particular spot right about there where we are going to be having what you call that, a block off for the cave. There's a little cave that hits straight deep down into the ramp towards the amplifier. You want to fix that particular part, block it off. Okay, we also do have a little funnel sequence over here. It pairs up with a lobber shield. The funnel sequence itself basically doubles up as a lobber shield is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so right about there we do also have the place where we're going to place our base. We do have a lot of block offs, a lot of funneling going on behind the scenes over there, and a whole lot of floor launches, as you guys can see. Okay, so that is where the amplifier is right there. As you can see, it is surrounded with floor launchers as well as some block offs covering the amplifier as well. Okay, so without further ado guys, let's go ahead and head right down. I'm gonna go ahead and smash away this little sky bridge over here. Now don't worry too much about this South Hill amplifier. It completely looks different. I do understand. I have not covered it in a video yet. If you guys really want me to, I could, but honestly speaking, at this point, we'll just be going over and over again because I'm be updating my what do you call that, ramp builds? No, I'm sorry, my amplifier builds pretty much every single day. So anyway, more importantly, we are going to be talking about this particular video. Let's stay on point and let's get into it. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to go ahead and check out this little block off over here. This part over here is where we actually do have a cave. Okay, so off to this side over here, there is a little cave that I do need to highlight to you guys. That's where the lava rock is falling down right there. You can see where it fell. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up this area right here for you guys to see. Okay, so we do have one wall over there, we do have another wall over there, we do have an upturned floor piece over here, and we do also have yet another wall over there. Behind that wall we have one more wall, and behind that wall we don't have anything else, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go ahead and take a look. Yep, that's right, we have nothing else left over here. So this part over here is what I was talking about. It basically is a little tunnel that goes all the way down towards where your amplifier is. If you don't seal off this particular spot over here, you might get into some deep trouble with the lobbers, yeah, as well as other husks that might actually leak through here. So you really don't want that to happen. Make sure to wall this off well. Okay, so with that out of the way guys, let's just go ahead and hit into where the husks are gonna be spawning from. So as we all know, there is a lava rock that falls right about here. The spawn also does spawn in somewhere about this side over here as well, around about where I'm standing. And they're going to try and hit straight and drop down onto your amplifier, okay? So first and foremost, to get rid of this particular spawn over here, we are going to be having a 3x1 funnel sequence with no flaws. And the reason why there are no flaws is because when the spawn comes in, these flaws are going to get broken. Okay, so you don't need those. Now, very quickly, as you can see over there, we do have a wall launcher off to the right, followed by 2 more wall launchers off to the left side over there. Okay, up above, we do have some gas traps going on. Now, I'd like to highlight this particular gas trap right here. Very important one to actually take note of. Why? Because without this gas trap being placed, lobbers will actually lob. So please do take note, okay? This wall, gas trap over here needs to be placed. The ceiling over here needs to be there. All right, as long and all these other ceilings as well, okay? But this one over here is crucial. I need to take note of that, okay? And there's also a spawn over here as well. Anyway, as we were talking about, we have a wall launcher over there. We do have 3 of these gas traps up above as we head on towards this side over here. I'll try and cover the spawns bit by bit, so let's go ahead and get into some good detail. Okay, so we do have one wall launcher facing out over here. We have a wall dart off to the right, slowing floor spikes on the floor, gas trap up above. Turning around the corner over here, we now have a wall launcher, slowing floor spikes, wall darts off to the left, as well as a gas trap up above. All right. And up above there, we do have another gas trap rounding around the corner over here. Yet another wall launcher that's off to the left, slowing floor spikes down below. Rounding along this corner over here, notice that this is a little zigzaggy sequence. Yeah, it's a little bit of a zigzag sequence. We have another slowing floor spikes. We have gas trap up above, gas trap up above, another wall launcher off to the right over there. Now you will notice, hey, Allura, why is there no wall launcher on this wall over here? Why is it blank? Okay, so what we do actually have over here is a combination of funnels. So for this path over here, they are simply just going to walk over here and there will be no wall launcher off to the right this time round. However, as they walk straight over here, there will be a wall launcher to greet them on the right side over here. We have a tar pit as they begin to exit this funnel. What do you call that, a gas trap up above, and beside this wall launcher is going to send them into a 3-tile deep timeout room, as you can see right there. Okay, two gas traps all the way towards the end, a wall dart off to the end. We have double broadsides, our retractables, as well as a slowing floor spikes over here. Okay, so as we go ahead and turn the camera around, this is where they're going to exit. Now, before I go ahead and touch on the exit, let me go ahead and talk about this other funnel sequence that we have going on over here. Okay, so the other spawn that we're going to cover right now is going to be right down here. There's going to be a spawn right here. It's going to cover from this spot all the way through to that spot over there. So in terms of where the husk will be flowing from, it's going to be this area right here. As you guys can see, there's a lava rock that falls right down over there as well. Okay, so as the husk spawn in on both the left as well as the right side, I will cover the left side first. You will notice right now that we are going to be having a 2x4 ramp. Yeah, there's a 2x4 ramp right here sloping upwards. Okay, so exactly how have we built this? We have placed 2 of these walls over here. This particular area here could be probably better optimized. I have tried out things like adding a a wall launcher over here. However, what I did notice was that when the spawn comes in on that side over there, it tends to break this wall over here and it goes away. So it's a little bit of a waste. I've also placed a wall launcher over here as well previously, but what I did note that it was getting very minimal number of hits, and as a result, I've gone ahead and taken it away. I'm simply now using it as a way to block the husk so that they don't just walk straight up to the area right there. Okay, So once again, we have a double tile block off towards the center over here. We do have 4 gas traps lined up across over there. Alright. So as the husk spawn in from this side and this side over here, they're gonna walk very nicely up this ramp over here and hit upwards. Okay? And as they're heading upwards, we do have a wall launcher off to the left over here. We also do have some gas traps up above as well. Gas trap number 1, gas trap number 2, and over there is where we have marked to place our base ability. Okay? And as the husks are walking straight up over here as well, we do have a slowing floor spikes, wall darts off to the right. We also do have a gas trap up above, wall launcher facing outwards as well. Rounding around the corner, we do have another gas trap up above, wall launcher sending them backwards, as well as wall dart off to the left, floor spikes down below. Alright, and as we are turning around this corner over here, let me go ahead and point out to you guys what exactly do we have going on. So this area here was where we were having the gas traps that are lining up the ramp, isn't it? Yeah, these are all the ramp gas traps. Now, if all of these ramp gas traps and some of these wall launchers over here, you are going to expect some of these husks to end up onto this ramp, onto this little platform over here. Most of the ones that we intend to actually send them to is to send them right back across. Okay, so with that wall launcher over there, most of the time some of the smaller husks, you're going to be able to send them right out and back to where they came from at the spawn. Okay, however, some of the other husks will not be able to do so. Let me turn off this in-world indicators really quickly. I did actually forget to turn that off earlier. Let me go ahead and do that really quickly. There we go. Alright, that should be a little bit clearer now. Alright, now these wall launchers over here, wall launcher number 1, wall launcher number 2, if they do manage to catch any of the husks, more often than not, they should be able to send husks about 50-50, yeah, back to where they came from. If not, the rest of them will actually end up on this little platform right here. Now, if the husks do end up on the platform over here, fret not. These husks, as they get landed on this area right here, they will actually walk across this area and walk into this funnel sequence over here. Okay, which basically is allowing them to recycle, which is pretty good stuff. Okay, so don't worry about that too much. Now, also one quick thing before we move on as well, you guys might notice that there's this little strange archway over here. The only reason why this archway is over here is for base connectivity. You'll notice that we have our base ability over here. I simply wish to connect our base ability to the 4 gas traps that are lining the start over here. Okay, so nothing to worry about. Okay, right. So back to what the funnel sequence is about. We were leaving off right about here. Husks are going to be strolling in on this side, and what we actually have done is gone ahead and put some wall darts over here, slowing floor spikes, as well as a wall launcher, send them backwards, gas trap up above. And right about this point, when they're rounding around this corner over here, is where these husks are actually going to convene. They're basically going to convene together onto this one path over here, and they're going to get stuck onto this tar trap and get sent into the timeout room off to the left over there. Once again, the score thing is going off in my head and it's going to be very, very noisy. Let me go ahead and turn that away really quickly. Okay, done. Perfect. Team score, very annoying. Anyway, once we have gone ahead and talked about this particular convention area here, they're going to be wanting to drop off onto this side over here. Now, this is the part where basically you guys can actually make the build a lot simpler for yourself. But if you guys wish to continue following this video, feel free to go ahead and continue watching. All right. Anyway, this particular part over here, we've gone ahead and place some wall-offs. You can see over here we have 1, 2, as well as 3 of these upturned pyramid pieces. 2 of them are slants, 1 of them is a triangle piece. Okay, and as the husks will drop down, they will drop down right here, top. And we do have a wall launcher over here, wall darts off to the left, as well as a tar pit down below. Now, this wall launcher over here, why does it exist? Well, behind this area over here, you will actually notice that that last spot over there where we actually have our tar pit is in fact a player created land area. So this is basically the last spot where the terrain itself leaves off, but I went ahead and created a player tile right here just so that we are able to get an extension of surface area that we can actually utilize. And as always, because this part over here, you will notice because of how it is lined up against the terrain wall over there, this is actually a very safe 3-tile deep timeout room. Thus, when they get sent inside here, even smashers, they will not in fact try to burst their way out because their natural pathing is going to lead them right back into this particular tunnel right here. Okay, so wall launcher off to this side over here, they are going to be sending the husk into a little mini timeout room right here. Retractables, gas trap, wall darts, as well as broadsides left and right. Okay, moving on to the next spot over here, we are going to be having a tar pit. Wall launcher sending them backwards, gas trap up above, as well as wall darts right here. Okay. So right about this point, guys, right about this point, I will go ahead and highlight to you guys that this is basically where your build can simply end. This is basically where your build can simply end. In fact, if you want to cut it even shorter, you can even get rid of all this stuff over here. Alright, however, if you are wanting to take a look even further over here, I would simply advise you guys right now, okay, full disclaimer, that part over there, you guys really should just allow the husk to drop down right there onto that platform. Okay, so I'm gonna mark that particular spot right there. Apparently it's not gonna let me mark, so I'm just gonna shoot at it really quickly. So that particular spot where I'm shooting over there, okay, that part over there you can actually just get rid of and just let the husk fall down very nicely. Okay, so right where the tar pit is, if you have the tar pit over here, you can basically delete this floor launcher over here, delete this wall launcher over here, delete this thing over here, and just break through this part over here and just go ahead and rig up your floor launcher right there. Okay, what I would say is that you would want to place your floor launcher here and then go down and just line up your floors with floor launchers over here and call it a day. It is more than sufficient. Let me go ahead and reiterate that again. More than sufficient for you guys to be able to clear this challenge, okay? The only reason why I have all of this stuff over here, if you guys are continuing to be interested, let me explain to you guys why exactly we have all of that stuff going on over there, okay? So once again, when we build all of these little steps, husks, when you are having their AI manipulated, okay, the husks don't really like to drop down more than one tile. Alright, as far as possible, if they have a slanted piece or if they have a nice little stair for them to work with, they will prefer to walk from there. If such slants do not exist, the next order of priority is to go for a 1-tile drop-off. It's a 1-tile drop-off, and if these don't exist, they'll then go for a 2-tile drop-off, so on and so forth. As much as possible, they will, most of the terrain has been built so that the husk will not have to fall more than 2 tiles. Once it gets to 3 tiles, the husk will definitely avoid that particular area and go somewhere else. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So as the husk come out from here, okay, as the husk come out from here, they're going to be entering this floor launcher right here. We do have 5 times floor launchers over here. All of these floor launchers that you see right here and down below as well are all 5 impact floor launchers. You're just wanting to toss these husks into the sky and delete them. Over here we have a wall launcher. This is a 3 impact wall launcher, and this one is actually going to send them off to this corner over here. Okay, and the reason why we're wanting to do that is because when some of the husks and the main path over here are walking straight down, they're going to be walking down here, step number 1, step number 2, and then they're going to drop down onto the amplifier over there. However, if we are sending them across to this side over here, they will in fact try to walk down through this side over here, hitting this floor launcher, hitting that floor launcher, as well as this wall launcher over here. If the floor launchers don't get them, the wall launcher will, and it's going to send them into a 3-tile deep floor launcher city right here. All of these are all 5 impact floor launchers, so in the event that one does get sent across to this corner over here, this floor launcher goes off. They're going to try and hit towards the stair, so they're going to get hit by this floor launcher, they're going to get hit by this floor launcher, and if that does not kill them, they're going to be dropping down onto that tile right there. Okay, so right there we have a double step sequence. One is for the main, one is for the alternate. Okay, and over here is all player build structures. So like I say, all of these builds over here is extremely expensive, not really necessary. Right, I don't really want to go too much into depth of it. So step over there, one more step over here, and last but not least, as they fall onto this step over here, they're going to enter this little area right here where we have completely lined it up with floor launchers. Okay, so with that out of the way, guys, I am going to go ahead and hit into our next funnel area. Okay, the funneling part is more important for you guys. All of these floor launcher shenanigans over here really not that important for most of you guys. Okay, unless you are once again, you know, trying to do some kind of a crazy solo challenge of your own. All of this unnecessary. All right, so let's go ahead and show you guys how this top part over here is built. I think I did mention over here, this is 1 slant, 2 slants, 3 slants, and we also do have a a gas trap right here as well. You need to be very careful on this part over here that you do not place any of these tiles over here. These tiles form what we would like to call land bridges. You do not, under any circumstance, please do not place any of these tiles right here. If you do so, with the funnel sequence that we have built, they are going to want to punch through these walls and cause you great amounts of grief. How do I know that? Because I've gone through that myself and I've had lots and lots of pain. So you don't want that, okay? So right here we do have a little box going on. We have a little box going on. This is going to allow the husk to not want to come through here. Okay, point of reference wise, this is where we have the little curve off. Let me go ahead and seal this back up. So let me go ahead and show you guys. This part over here is the 1, 2, 2 slanted pieces and then the diagonal. Okay, this part over here is where we have the little box. And behind this box, what do we have? Let's take a look and see what goes on behind over here. We have yet another block off. We have a 2 tile upturn floor piece over here, and we have a little chunky pyramid piece diagonally slanted upwards. We have a upturn floor piece over here. We have a full-on box off right here. Okay, and accompanying this, we do also have some slanted pieces. As you can see, the slanted piece is right now in a pyramid form, slanted upwards, and this one over here is a diagonal slant right there. Okay, so once we talked about this, let me go ahead and hit straight into the actual spawn itself as well. So you guys might remember, we have covered this particular spawn over here. Left spawn has been covered. We have also covered this lower spawn over here. And now we need to cover the other spawn, which is right there. Okay, so right now let's go ahead and talk about this. We have 1 wall launcher over there. We have double gas traps going on right there. Husks are going to be entering up on this side over here, and this is where we're going to be having the wall launcher. Up above we have gas trap up above as well. Okay, off to the right we do have a dart trap going on, and we are going to be having a slowing floor spike right here. Okay, so now you'll notice that we have some side-by-side wall launchers. In what sequence do we have them ongoing? Well, there's a gas trap above first and foremost, but this wall launcher that's facing us right now, this one is going to be a 3 impact wall launcher. Off to the left over here we have a 4 impact wall launcher. Alright, so with this 3 impact wall launcher, it is going to be sending the husk back out. Sometimes you send them all the way out and reset them. Some of them are going to be ending up on the ridge. Either way, doesn't matter. You are recycling them, having them walk around long distance, and that's really good. Alright, so with this 4 impact wall launcher, you are going to be sending husk across to this side over here. Okay, and as you are sending these husks across to this side over here, we do have a wall dart. Gas traps up above. We have another 4 impact wall launcher over here. This wall launcher will only ever see what do you call that? Traffic, which is being directed by that wall launcher over there, and as a result, we've gone ahead and paired this particular sequence of reload time to match the one that is sending us towards this spot right here. So 4 impact wall launcher right here, slowing floor spikes. And with this 4 impact floor launcher, as you count the tiles, 1, 2, and 3, this should be more than sufficient to be sending us right back out to that particular area right there, where they're simply going to reset and walk right all the way back once again. As always, the husks that are going to be sent onto this little ridge over here, they're going to be walking by this side, walking over here, walking over here, walking over here, and then this wall launcher is going to kick them off. Alright, so as they are coming through once again, this particular part over here, this is where we're going to be having a slowing floor spike, wall dart up above, gas trap up above, rounding around the corner, a little zigzag. We're going to be having a wall launcher, gas trap, as well as wall darts off to the right side right there. Okay, rounding around the corner once again, another slowing floor spike, gas trap, wall launcher, as well as a dart trap. Alright, so at this point, basically husks are just going to turn and they're going to try and head straight into the amplifier right there. Okay, first and foremost, we do have a gas trap up above. This one is going to be triggered when the husks do drop down. Right, the husk that does drop down will trigger it, but that husk will not get hit by that gas trap. But the following husks, the husks that are following from behind, are probably going to get hit depending on the size of them. Some of the larger size husks are going to get hit by the gas trap, so that's going to be making it worth it. Okay, so anyway, that little portion over there was where we were talking about. This is going to be a very important block off. Please make sure to build it really strong, as how we have done so over here before, because this area here definitely will get punched if you do not build this area here strong and well. Okay, so once again, this is a full block off with a diagonal pointing up pyramid piece right there. Okay, this particular part over here is where we have the double the upturned floor piece over here, and we also do have a tier 3 metal wall here, another one up there as well, and a ceiling over there, making sure that even lobbers do not seem to find an opportunity to make use of that particular spot to try and fling their nonsense into your base. Okay, so as the husks drop down onto this spot over here, we are going to be meeting them with a tar pit, a wall launcher as well. Okay, a wall launcher as well. And this wall launcher is in fact going to send them across to this side over here, where we have prepared 5 impact floor launchers. 5 impact floor launcher number 1, 5 impact floor launcher number 2 right here. Okay, so as the husks get sent over here, now the husks are going to be having some options. As you can see, we have more 5 impact floor launchers going on this sequence over here. We do have another tar pit going on over there, a 3 impact wall launcher over there, and the main path, as well as an accompanying gas trap. So as the husks are getting sent to this part over here or this part over here, where are they going to go? Some of the husks that get sent across to this side over here, most of them are probably going to decide to try and walk down on this side right here. But first, let me go ahead and say stop. Stop. Alright, so before I get too deep into the explanation of this part over here, let me just go ahead and show to you guys. If you guys want a simplified build, please do not worry too much about all of this nonsense over here. I'm going to open up this particular portion so you guys can actually see very clearly how you would otherwise build this area here with none of these player build shenanigans. Okay, I'm opening this part up, over here. So generally speaking, I would say that once you are hitting this spot right here, this tar pit, after they come out of the funneling sequence right here, this tar pit over here is where your build is going to end. Right up to this point over here, this is where your build is going to end. You really do not need to care too much else anymore after this. Why? Because what you would like to do, or what I say is what I would recommend most of you guys to do, is to go ahead and leave that tile empty. Make use of this area right here. Floor launcher, floor launcher, floor launcher. That's it. Okay, floor launcher over here. Have the husk drop down. Floor launcher, 1, 2. Okay, just go ahead and do this. Floor launcher around all of these little brick areas right here, and you are good to go. Alright, you are absolutely good to go. Don't worry about all these steps, all these metal, all these nonsense structures over here, okay? Really, 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 it is not worth your time unless you're doing a challenge run. Alright, so once again, let me go ahead and highlight to you guys exactly which one. It is going to be the first tar pit over here. Once you've gotten this down, if you want to, you can go ahead and build a 2-tile deep timeout room over here. That's also perfectly fine. Okay, if you want to build a timeout room over here, you can put some broadsides over here, you can put a dart trap over here if you want to as well, retractables and stuff like that, all perfectly fine, okay, because all of this is going to be on the terrain. However, at this point, this is going to be player extension, so you really do not need any of this stuff. You can go ahead and get rid of all of it. Just line that area there with some floor launchers, line that with a floor launcher over there, and you are good to go. Okay, so if that out of the way, guys, I am probably just going to go ahead and oh yeah, I need to talk to you guys about this particular part over here. There is a block off over here that is actually very important if you want this funnel sequence to work. So if you guys have been following this particular funnel over here, you'll notice that yes, this is a zigzag, but what happens behind the zigzag? I think I forgot to mention earlier. Let me go and show you guys what that zigzag is going on all about. Okay, let me go ahead and get rid of the score sequence, have it ring away in my head. Alright, done. Cool. So what exactly do we have? This is what we call a full-on sandwich. We have a upturn, diagonal floor piece put over here, as you can see, diagonal floor piece, upturn diagonal pyramid piece over here, as well as double walls. We also have a ceiling over here. Behind this over here is where we have our timeout room. Okay, off to this side over here, we are going to be having yet another wall off. Note how we built this wall off. Let me just go ahead and show you guys how we built the wall off. We have a upturn slanted piece over here, upturn 2 floor piece over here, wall tier 3 metal, wall tier 3 metal. Okay, and at this point, this is where it ends. Okay, and over here we do have another tier 3 metal wall, tier 3 metal wall over here, as well as one more tier 3 metal wall over there, which is going to be part of your funnel sequence. Alright, so do take note how this is being built. We have another ceiling over there, Alright, and then this part over here is just going to be consisting a lot of block offs. Alright, you really want to make sure you build all these block offs well, because you really do not want to have those lobbers coming at you and destroying your base. Very sad news indeed if that happens. Okay, so let me go ahead and close that all off. Let me go ahead and show you guys this top part over here. So as I was mentioning previously, this is where our Amplifier C build goes. I'm just going to go ahead and segment this part off to show you guys exactly how this part is working. Alright, so this entire part over here, as you can count, okay, point of reference wise, where we actually had our previous video, we had our player jump pad over here. Okay, we have one row of 4, what do you call that, metal floor pieces over here. And then once we have this little 2-piece spit of hill right here, count 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, diagonally cut across one over here, and then go ahead and place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, 6 tiles across. One more here, one more piece here, one more piece here, one more piece here, and then diagonally across like this. Okay, so hopefully that is going to give you guys a sufficient point of reference. That's where the archway is. Let me go ahead and show you guys where the archway is, right there. And that's where we are going to be placing our base ability. All right. So heading back really quickly, let me go ahead and see where exactly did we leave off. I think it was this portion over here. Yeah, okay, good. So the block off has been touched on already. Let me go ahead and let's see, where were we exactly? Ah, yes, this particular pot over here. So for those of you who are still here and still curious about how exactly are we building this madness of a build, okay? Explanation wise, husks that are going to be spawning in and coming from this side over here, they're going to be walking down onto this tile. Alright, tar pit over here, wall launchers sending them off to the right side over there with all the 5 impact floor launchers. They will be encouraged to want to come down on this side over here because we have prepared for them a player built stair right here. Floor launcher, 5 impact. Okay, and then from this point on, where are they going to go? They're not going to drop down over there. Why? Why wouldn't they drop down over there? Because it is too steep of a drop. And as a result, they're going to fall down onto this right stair over here. Okay, another 5 impact floor launcher over here. They're going to fall down onto this one more stair. And from this point on, they can just decide very merrily where they want to go. They can go diagonally, they can fall down over there, they can fall down over there as well. Either way, doesn't matter. We're just going to hit and line the entire segment full of floor launchers. Alright, now you guys are probably not going to get a very in-depth explanation from me about how we are going to be building all these stairs over here. I really do not want to go into it as well because I feel like it's overcomplicated, you know, and it's pretty unnecessary. All right. In other words, Aluran is hiding secrets on his super secret what do you call that, challenge build. All right. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, that basically does it for this particular spawn over here. Let me see if there's anything else I need to cover. We have one wall, and one more wall over here. Whether or not these walls are actually even needed, if you really wanted to, you could technically smack this down and put another floor launcher over here and another floor launcher over here as well. Doesn't really matter. I'm just done this for convenience, yeah, so that they're all going to be walking very nicely in a straight line for us to deal with. Now, before we go ahead and end the video as well, I would like to personally give credits to 2 very important people who were helping to contribute to this insane build. Alright, for the funnel sequences happening up in the front side over there, I'd like to credit Moth. He has been really drilling into our heads on how to optimize the use of wall launchers and gas traps and to get maximum mileage. Yeah, zigzagging them left, right, center, up and down, you know, that's Moth right there. Okay, and then also for this particular monstrosity of a step build as well, I would like to credit Sanek. He did actually give me this particular idea as well as LEEIF. I do believe have also been experimenting with some of these floor launcher step stuff over here. But once again, guys, I would highly advise you guys, if you are wanting to do a more conventional build, simply stick to putting your floor launchers along the ridges over there, following the natural terrain. Alright, that will make your build so much cheaper. You guys will be saving a lot of resources. Okay, don't be like Allura, guys. Don't be like Allura unless you just want to spend tons and tons of resources on absolutely, you know, nothing. All right, so yeah, let me go ahead and see if I've missed out on anything important. Let's go and build our way upwards. Okay, and let's take a quick look. Nice big overview of this entire build right there. There we go, that's it. Oh yes, the amplifier itself. Well, I mean, the amplifier itself is really nothing special. I don't think I need to touch on it too much. It's just a bunch of tier 3 metal just sticking it up around as well. Yeah, I've gone ahead and also place one of them as an archway as well, in the off chance that a smasher somehow manages to make it down below and survive. You do want to place some of them as archways so that if they punch down some of these walls, the rest of your tiles will actually remain standing upright, so that there's always something around your amplifier. And that's going to give you sufficient time to head back to the amplifier and put some additional tiles back so that the husks don't start scuffing your funnels. Okay. So anything else that I would like to cover? Yes, a very good spot for you guys to actually hang out as well during this particular defense is going to be this little spot over here. This little island over here is actually a really good spot. Not the spot that I'm standing on actually. It is going to be below over here. I would recommend, generally speaking, is that I would put a banner right here. I will put the banner right here and I will actually stand right here. What actually happens is that when you stand over here, even on the taker waves, alright, so I think it's wave 19. Yeah, wave 19, on the taker wave, on the lava amplifier, the takers will try to target you, but they can't get to you, and as a result, they were gonna float very nicely into the lava and they will eliminate themselves. So some little neat tricks, you know, for you guys, if you will. Alright, so with that guys, I think this finally rounds up our last and final tutorial video for our endurance series. Yeah, I might put out some update videos here and there, but don't expect too many, I guess, unless you guys really want it. Alright, if you guys really want some of these really complicated, you know, complex builds as well, you guys can go ahead and let me know. I can probably put out some of these experimental builds for you guys to enjoy. If not, then yeah, do stay tuned guys once again. Because all of these builds, all of these tutorials and stuff like that might become relevant to you guys. You know, you guys might actually want to really take a good look at all of these videos as well to building your endurance base. As we are currently waiting in just a couple of days. I'm currently still, you know, anticipating, eagerly awaiting Fortnite DB's caption, you know, to finish up the final touches of the submissions of the achievement based what do you call that, challenge runs, yeah, which you guys are gonna be you know, hopefully enjoying in just a moment. Alright, so that guys, I hope you guys enjoyed all of these videos. Thank you all very much for all of your valuable input as well as comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, with that, Allura out. Take care. Bye bye now.